Rats. Rats are everywhere. Alright, so welcome back. This deck is kind of interesting because it's actually kind of 3 decks in one for many different things. It's mostly Commander, Brawl, but you could, in a pinch, have fun and just use it as a regular deck, magic deck. So let's take a look at this. It's taking use of a deck can have any number of card named Relentless Rat. So what I've done, and this is why I say it can be a Brawl or a Commander deck, is, and really a Brawl deck if I wanted to, could just be a regular deck. But in this case, I have a 60 card deck that I can add to turn it into a Commander deck. And I've done it with a couple clever things. So you'll notice the art on all of these rat cards are a certain style, and they go into my Commander, or sorry, my Brawl deck. So I have a total of, let's get them in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 rats. 32 rats in my Brawl deck, which again could just be the regular deck. But what makes it a Brawl deck, and this will also be my option for Commanders as well, is I have Moro Granar. All rats have fear. Tap, sacrifice a rat, which I'll have a ton of them. Put X1/1 rat creature strokes to play, where X the number of rats you control. So sacrifice 1, and I can get a whole bunch. So that has potential to be a very powerful commander. And I also have Patron of Nezumi. Rat Offering. Cast this card anytime by sacrificing a rat and paying the difference in mana cost. I can get this out quicker by sacrificing a rat. And whenever permanent is put into an opponent's graveyard, that player loses 1 life. So if I kill something, it also makes its owner lose life. And then I just have a few other cards. It's mostly the rat deck. So Haggard's Mauling gives me an instant, a little bit of control, also a land if I need it. Charcoal Diamond, a little bit of Mana Rock, Dark Ritual. And that allows me to get a rat out for 1 mana. Witch's Cottage. And just Battlefield. If you control 3 or more swamps. And pretty much all I have is swamps, so this can easily come out untapped. And then I can search graveyard on top of my library. So if something died, I can bring it back. Reach Wood and Swamp. Comes and tap. And I can tap. Take a black and tap. Each opponent loses 1 life. Plays ability only if you control 2 more permanent blacks, which will be super easy. So I can tap this every turn to deal some damage, and then swamps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 swamps, a bunch of rats, and there's a few other cards in there to kind of move it around. So that is the 60 cards. So I can use this as a regular magic deck if I wanted to. Obviously it'd be nice to have multiples of some of these copies in here. But overall, it's not super important that I have 4 copies of my Commander. It allows me just some versatility. So again, 2 decks right there. And then, got a little thing in between them. I can put them together. And I add all these cards to turn it into a Commander deck. So Warlock Class, Feign Death, Poison Cup, Eye of the Beholder. See, there's a lot more control. This kind of gives me some control in a lot of this. Bake into a Pie, Arms of Hadar, Cast Down. I think I've gone through this too quick. So there's that Warlock, Feign Death, Poison Cup. Again, a lot of it's control. Destroy target creature. Eye Beholder. Target creature is negative 11/11. End of turn. Normally kill stuff. Destroy target creature. Creatures. Target player gets -2, -2. Cast down. Destroy target non-legendary creature. Merkel's Edict. Roll d20. Choose an opponent. The player sacrifices a creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Get 10 to 19. And then 20. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power. Invoke Despair. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Play this process for an enchantment and a planeswalker. So, Grim Bounty. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Create a token. Power Word Kill. Destroy non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon creature. So you saw that was quite a bit of control on the cheap. Well, at least cheap because most of them just came in packs. And then more rats. So I do have lab rats with buyback 4. You may pay an additional 4 when you pay the spell. If you do, put it into your hand instead of your graveyard as part of the spell's effect. So this is a rat sorcery. Put a rat token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 black creature. So I can add more rats, right? Crypt Rat. X. Crypt Rat deals X damage to each creature and player. Spend only black mana this way. So that might be a good last sacrifice to kill everything out of the way. Pat Rack. Pat Rack's power and toughness are equal to the number of rats you control. So it works well with a bunch of other rats. I still get the extra power it controls. Pestilence Rats have power equal to the total number of the rats you have, no matter who controls them. So this one's interesting. If there are other rats on the battlefield, it also gains from them. Razortooth Rats can't be blocked, so they start with fear. Swarm of Rats equal to the number of rats you control. Then I have a couple rat colonies, and again this is for the commander deck, so you're only allowed to have 1. This allows me to get a couple in there. And then another swarm of relentless ramp. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more relentless rats. And then more mana because I have more cards. So Spawning Pool, 1 in a tap. Spawning Pool becomes 1 black skeleton creature. Sorry, 1 in a black. Regenerate this creature until end of turn. So 1/1 black creature with Regenerate. Field of Ruin. Destroy target non-basic land opponent controls. Each player search the library for basic land. So plenty of basic land for this deck. Can destroy a non-basic land each opponent and opponent controls. Dust Bowl, again, sacrificing land, destroy target land. So a little bit of land control on those, and then a Soul Ring, and then more swamps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more swamps. So you can see what's kind of nice about this deck is if I wanted to, it can be 3 different types of decks, allowing me to do a few more things if I want to. And also I can switch cards out as needed between these decks, but it allows me fairly quickly, and this is why it might not be the best in the Brawl or anything, but it allows me real easily to know that I have just a few cards that are actually in the 60 card. It's pretty much all Relentless Rats and mana. So I just need to know how much of each I have. And actually I think I did something even more smart. So I just need to know I have these cards and my 2 optional commanders. My swamps, that's right if I remember. So my swamps in the Brawl part have that symbol on them, whereas my swamps in the other deck have the Sane on them. So again, my rats in the 60 all look like this as their artwork, and all my lands have this, so once I make a commander deck, I can easily break it back apart into a Brawl deck by simply remembering which rats and which land, and then what few cards I have in the Brawl deck, thus able to put my whole entire 3 deck into one commander deck. That's all I got for this one. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you by Eventia, where modern wonders meet medieval arms and magic. Join unsuspecting individuals as they navigate a world full of old marvels. Buy the first novel on Amazon, or check out our Compendium, which augments your favorite role-playing game with the world of Eventia. Take it one step further. Run your players through the Honey Badgers campaign and to test their might as gunslingers for a small town out west. Links below.